Hello, hello. So if you look at gold here, price has swept the liquidity from this low. Yesterday, price hit my stop loss over here. This is the order block. Now they're here. I was waiting for price to sweep out this liquidity, and then I was looking for a breakout, but that didn't happen. Here, right now, price have swept two lows. So we have this equal lows. This and this order block is mitigated. Then price swept the liquidity, creating a change of pattern. So price have reacted from this zone. But if you look at this from 30-minute perspective, then we have liquidity sweep. And looking at this 30-minute candle, price has swept the liquidity from this low also and now created this high. So we have this order block where we can look for buy. And another one is this one. On 1 minute, you can see price took out the liquidity from this low and gave us a change of pattern. And we have this order block where we can look for buy side. Price is reacting from this order block only, so it can continue higher today, and second time it can react from this order block. So both of them are valid. Uh, okay, let's see. It's gold. So look on 30 minutes, you will see that there is this imbalance. Price have mitigated this imbalance, like it fulfilled this imbalance, not completely, but then rejected and gave us a structure break, change of pattern here. And we have imbalance in 1 minute also. So you can look for buy side entry from this order block. If this fails, then we can look for entry from here. So I think price can react from this area also to the upside. And yesterday's USD CAD trade went in profit. So this was our entry. I was waiting for buys to break this previous high. Here you could have entered after this structure break also. It took out the liquidity. There was order block. Again, price went to the upside. On GBP yesterday, I was waiting for price to tap this, but then if you look at order block on 5 minute, I wanted price to tap this high, like this order block, and then it should have reacted. Same on USD, our view was to the downside from here. Price directly broke this order block. It reacted from this imbalance. Yeah, this was the imbalance where price reacted, and now it's going to downside. So yes, I also shared the GBP AUD. This trade I called out last week. This was the first entry, second entry, third entry, and this yesterday price tapped order block and continued to downside directly. Let's see BTC. So on BTC yesterday, I said that it's consolidating and we could see reaction from this order block. Price have created this trend line anyway. So right now, we can look for buy side entry. So right now we know that it's going to the upside, but we don't have any order block where we can look for entry. Even this is mitigated. On 1 minute, there is this order block. Let's go to 50 minute. This is a 50-minute order block. Wait for price to break this high, then wait for engulfing, and then only look for entry. Because a lot of time it will react from this origin order block. So you want price to go in your direction first, then only look for entry. Put your stop loss below this low and target the next high. So you could get 1:5 very easily from here. Same on Ethereum. It's consolidating, but I think it should continue because if you see, this is a liquidity sweep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks to the downside. So this is a buying pressure. It's accumulating, and we could see a spring. So probably this is a spring, and then it should continue higher. Good evening. Good evening. Please hit the like button. GJ is consolidating. Let's see, we have any news or something. Good evening. Good evening. Let's see what we have. So let's analyze DXY first. So we'll get idea of where price is heading. So if you look at 4 hour, then price have fulfilled this imbalance yesterday, and we saw this reaction from this area. Now it's going to the upside. We could see slight reaction from the order block to the downside. Probably it will speak more liquidity, and then it will continue to the upside. So on Euro USD also there is this order block. Here we could see a buying reaction, then probably it will be endorsement faking this move and then tapping, and it will continue to the downside. So something this will happen. Same thing on NZD USD, we didn't got any entry. I have made a video about liquidity, so you can watch that. On GJ, we have this entry, but the order block is not clear here. So this is the order block which took out the liquidity from this low, and we got the structure break. It also swept this liquidity, so it's forming a quasi-modo pattern. And we have this huge sweep of liquidity and structure break. So it's clear that now it's going to the upside direction. It's going to the upside. We have already, price have already created this liquidity. So we could look for buy side entry from this order block and target the next high, next order block, which is this one. So you can look for this entry. And if you get a chop, then you can squeeze more RR. Right now, if you look at this order blocks, everything here has been mitigated. So this is nothing but liquidity. So if order block is mitigated, then it becomes liquidity. So there is no reason for price to tap at this area. It could react from this candle because there is inefficiency in the market. So this candle took out the previous candle's low. So we could get a reaction, but I think it will break this trend line liquidity. It's not necessary to break, but I think this is trend line liquidity, so it will break. We don't know when price will come to the downside, but this is something where we can look for buy side entry. Okay, sure. On USD guide, we can look for another re-entry. So let's try to mark the structure. Here we have this imbalance, price is moving to the upside. So let's try to look for an entry. So if you look at this area, we have two zones where we can look for entry. First is this one, second is this one. Okay, this one has been mitigated, so we'll skip this one. So for entry over here. So these are two zones where we can look for buy side entry. Right now, let's see this one. If you go to 5 minute again, then this is a order block which swept the liquidity. Like this move took this low and then broke the structure. So it's basically a breaker block, and then price swept out this liquidity from this low. So there is no imbalance. The structure is, it's creating a strong low over here. Then again, structure break, price is creating this liquidity. So we can look for buy side entry from this order block. Entry will keep the stop loss below this low. We'll try to cover this imbalance, which is this one. And we can target the next high, which is this one in this case. This is the next high. So right now we don't have any reaction from upside where it can go to downside, because let's say if you go to 30 minutes, then this is the 30-minute order block, but this is a refined one. You can also enter from this one, but then risk to order will be very less. So if we get entry from here and put stop loss below this low and target. So this will be the first target. The next high, which is a trend line liquidity, and this will be second target, which is this one. So 1 is to 6, 1 to 30 minute. So because this imbalance is not fulfilled, then we'll also cover this one. So it's around 1 is to 5. We want gold. I'm looking for buys because price have retested this low. If you look at 4 hour, then price have tapped the 4 hour imbalance and rejected from this order block. If this breaks today from this order block, then I don't think price will react today itself from this order block. Maybe tomorrow. Just say USDC. Yeah. If this breaks, then we have to switch our POI like this order block from here to the upside. Gold is consolidating here. It's reacting from both the order blocks. If you look at 1 minute, price price created this trend line liquidity to the upside and took out this liquidity. Again, it's reacting from this. So if you go to 30 seconds, then probably we could see reaction downside sweeping this equal lows. Like also price have created this liquidity here. It can tap and this it can react from this area, but I think it will continue the downside. Just a sweep of liquidity. It's creating the same pattern. If you look at this, then price sweep the liquidity from this low. It will react and continue. Again, it can this sort of block and it will continue downside. Please hit the like button. If you notice the pattern, it's just sweeping from one liquidity to the next. Like if you see over here, because there is imbalance left in this order block here. So first I thought that it have tapped this area and then it will continue. But if you look at lower time frame, then there is also imbalance left over here. That's why it completed this. Now what is this creating? It's just creating a trend line liquidity below this area. Here, I think if this breaks this low, then probably it will sweep all this liquidity now. Here, this we want another sweep of liquidity. Right now, this is just a reaction to the downside. Already in long. Okay, nice. So if you look at this lower time frame, then like I think because it's consolidating, price broke the structure over here and it's created liquidity. So we could see a reaction to the downside, then again upside. So this is, I think something should happen, not 100%. Please hit the like button. Let's check all the page again. Hello, hello. Okay, I'm ending this live here. So I'm looking for buy from this order block. I'm not sure for buying here because price have already reacted and it's consolidating here. So we could see a sweep of liquidity to downside. Yes, price have reacted from this order block. I can see I just when I started the live, I saw this order block, but price have already reacted from this. And because if it is consolidating over here, it's creating more liquidity. That's why I'm not entering. And the price have already reached the next high. So just like I said, that it can continue from here. And then again, because it will create trend line liquidity, so there will be a second entry. If this breaks today, then probably we should see this entry tomorrow. That's something I'm looking for. This is just my bias. It will not happen like that, or I'm not saying that it will happen like this only. So this is the second setup on USD CAD, and GJ we have this order block where we can look for buy side entry. Price have already created this trend line liquidity. So we'll look for buy side from here. Stop loss will be below this low. Next high will be target. So the next liquidity, because it's continuing to the upside. The internal structure is to the upside. And we have this structure break. And there's a breaker block from here. So if price taps this area and then gives a chalk from here only, then we'll look for entry from this change of pattern, because sometimes price will not tap this order block. Okay. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like button.